All right, season's over. First mock draft of the year.
Oh,
I'm excited. How are we thinking about playing this one out, man? Tons of opportunities here. I mean, obviously, there's trade-up opportunities for quarterbacks. There's stick and pick potentially, especially this early on in the season.
Right.
We could trade back. What are you thinking?
I think we probably just stick and pick. Obviously, this is our first mock draft. There's going to be a lot of changes in how this is going to look in the future. Like, for instance, I do think we'll see what happens. Other mock drafts that I've seen, Jaden Daniels, think makes it past pick 3, which a lot of people don't think that's the case. So a lot of these quarterbacks can be up and down. I do think going into here, and I mean, we'll say it right now in the first video, we would like to get the quarterback of the future in this draft some way, somehow. Who knows what that will look like or what that would be. One idea was Penix at 11 potentially, but after the game in the national championship, I don't know if we'd want to pick him there. Yeah. So I say we keep it easy on this first one. We just go, we stick at 11, at least for this. Maybe in the second round, we'll mess around there. But for this, I say, let's start this bad boy and let's just pick at 11, see where these quarterbacks fall or not.
All right, sounds good. Let's start her up. So Bears, what do they do? Keep Justin Fields, trade Justin Fields?
I wish you could trade him. Caleb Williams.
Okay, that's
surprise.
Fair.
Drake May. Let's see if they get Daniels here. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Now, I don't see a scenario in which the Patriots pass up on a quarterback. I just don't.
Yeah, just to your point there, and that's what I agree on, is that with I think right now, like the Patriots really need a quarterback. Obviously, they benched Mac Jones and then Bailey Zappi or whatever came in and didn't do much else. That's why it's hard for me to not believe that they're not going to grab a quarterback, though I would say like maybe Jaden Daniels isn't their type of quarterback. They keep Belichick. It just doesn't really seem like he doesn't seem like a Belichick quarterback. I mean, just because of the Mac Jones and Tom Brady types.
Right, yeah.
And if that's the case, like maybe they would decide to pick in the second. But yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, but let's keep running this thing.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors, Joe Alt, Cooper DeJean, Joe Alt. No surprises, really. Seems high for Cooper DeJean from what I've seen so far, but Brock Bowers, tight end, best tight end in the class. Jaden Daniels
at 8.
Number 8.
All right, so it doesn't look like we're going to get a quarterback here unless we wanted Penix, but I don't think we're doing that here. What's the trade looking like? Now I'm like, as soon as the Jaden Daniels is gone, I'm like, all right,
let's see. So I think actually what this is this they want to trade with us.
Yeah, they want to trade with us, which they got.
Trading back 2 spots, I don't hate if we can get there.
Let's give it a shot.
So trade them 11.
Said we're gonna stick and pick, but hey, we'll take this then.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Grab their 77. So this is a 3-round for us. So if we can get
if we can get some more.
Hey, if we can get a 3rd rounder, that'd be nice.
Yeah, maybe try to grab.
I mean, offer it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, basically we move back 2 spots, get an extra 3rd. See what happens. All right, trade accepted.
Trade accepted.
Nice, what do they want to come up for?
All right,
grab Michael Penix,
Nate Wiggins.
Corner. Okay.
So this is the big one for us. Obviously, there's
9 trade down to 34.
Yeah. We'll stick here. So what we need, obviously, this says needs there: quarterback, running back, guard, center, defensive line, linebacker. In our opinion, we think our biggest needs outside of getting our quarterback of the future is probably defensive line, a big guy in the middle, or a defensive end, especially if Danielle Hunter doesn't re-sign here, and then probably a defensive back because we saw how the end of the season rolled out the way it did. And the quarterback, maybe we go grab quarterback in round 2, but at this point, if this is how it laid out in the actual draft, I'm probably not grabbing one of these quarterbacks here at 13.
And it's really unfortunate because recency bias, we all know it's a thing, right? I mean, Michael Penix, I think, is going to be a really good quarterback in the league. I think he has all the traits you need, but on the biggest stage in college football, he didn't show up. He wasn't himself. He missed wide open receivers. He was high on some throws, and he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college football. So it's really unfortunate for him that I do think that game is going to hurt his draft stock a little bit. Yeah. But I mean, I'm with you right now with how he played. I don't love it there. I mean, you look at some of those other positions you were talking about. You got defensive interior, which I don't think any of these guys are worth it at this point. If you're me, and a name I've been hearing for us a lot is one of these two, Dallas Turner and Jared Verse.
Yeah, and I want to actually also say, since it's the beginning of the offseason, this is when we really start to look at the players and kind of do our own homework. other than that, so as we go every week with our mock videos, we're going to get a little bit better with these players and having a better idea of who we like and who we don't, whatever. Also, I do want to say we thanks everybody for watching. Hit the subscribe and like button.
For sure.
Anyways, I'm on
feeling
team
Dallas Turner here. I'm feeling Dallas Turner.
Are you? I think I like Jared Verse. Who's go cornerback real quick. Go cornerback real quick. Did what's his name? Kool-Aid McKinstry
is also still there, ranked 20th, which is crazy.
He's ranked 20th now. Average draft 15. I do like him. I think he was the top cornerback going into this season. But yeah, let's go with one of those defensive ends.
Yeah, I mean, because look, even if Daniil sticks around, I mean, you got DJ Wanham coming off the quad. You need depth there. So
I'm cool with any of them.
I'm cool with Jared Verse. I say let's pull the trigger there.
Okay.
So yeah, you're adding a stud defensive end, one of the best in college ball. You traded down, you picked up an extra 3rd round pick. 100% fine with that. All right.
All right. So we're sitting here at 42. Do you want to scroll up real quick and go through the other picks since we've last picked?
Yeah, absolutely.
So any big ones here?
So Dallas Turner, of course. Couple tackles. I'm surprised. I heard so much about Kool-Aid McKinstry coming into this draft. He fell to 24. It's just
going into this year. Michael Penix. So we see Michael Penix got picked at pick 22.
I think that's a really good spot for him because he seems like a Matthew Stafford type. So I think if he gets to sit behind Matthew Stafford for a couple seasons or a season, I think that's a really and with Sean McVay there too, I think that's a really good spot for Mike.
Yeah. We decided not to try to career. So we decided not to try to trade up for one of these quarterbacks here. So let's keep going down. Tyler Nubin, the boy.
Yep.
Gophers.
Ayuma.
Let's go.
So
we keep going, and then Bo Nix at 35,
Arizona, which I think is interesting. Very interesting spot.
Oh yeah, right. And then up to us now. So what are we thinking here? So,
I mean, obviously you're looking right away. You got JJ McCarthy, top of the board at quarterback.
And obviously we're taking this that Quinn Ewers is not going into the draft.
Yeah,
Same with Sanders, because it sounds like neither of them plan on going here. So we're going to not have Ewers in there. In that case, I mean, this is how I think with the quarterback in this draft. If we do not pick one in the 1st round and we decided to give McCarthy a chance in the 2nd, and I would be okay with that as long as I feel like we feel comfortable with moving on quick if we think he's not the guy.
Right. I mean, would you feel comfortable? Because where's our next pick after this? We're picking. I mean, I don't think McCarthy's going to get to 77. No. Personally, I think someone's going to take a shot at him. But, I mean, yeah, looking at some of our other positions of need, I mean, Byron Murphy's still there. I'm a huge fan. Devondre Sweat, huge fan of him as well.
Like Sweat a lot.
Chris Jenkins out of Michigan. So there's options at D tackle, as we were talking about. That is a position of need as well.
What's the trades looking like?
Trade-wise, let's see. The Saints have the 45th pick, 55, 61, and 62. We could try with the Saints, see if we can move back 3 spots and maybe pick up. They don't have anything else.
Yeah, they don't have
anything else. Mock, we
won't waste our time with that.
Here. But other than that, I mean, 55, 61, 62. I mean, maybe with Pittsburgh, pick up.
So let's just
7. But
I don't know how I feel about JJ McCarthy. Like you said, I do think he doesn't seem to have all the tangibles you want, like as far as like a huge arm and things like that. He kind of is good at anything. He's definitely an underrated player as the pass or in the run game, but he is a winner. And those times, I mean, a lot of times you do see these kind of quarterbacks like the Brock Purdy's in this world that they might not have all the intangibles that you look at, but they just win games and they make smart plays and things like that.
Right.
And he seems like he could be that type, which there is a chance he could be a steal, you know, just because of that.
That's the thing, as we talk about, like if this front office is sold on a quarterback and they think he could be their guy, we said no messing around, don't be trading back. If he's there and it's a decent value pick and you think he could be your guy, just grab him. So do we go in with that mindset that JJ McCarthy could be the quarterback of this team and grab him here? Because I mean, if you don't get him, then you're looking at like Jordan Travis, obviously with that knee injury. You don't
Right.
want that. I mean, Jalen Monroe,
Jalen
I'm not
Milroe.
sold on him. Plus, he might even go back
Right.
to Bama. Spencer
Same with
Rattler,
Spencer Rattler.
I don't know, man. Like, I think if you're gonna snag a quarterback here, I think you just take a shot on McCarthy. And as we've said before, second round pick. If he doesn't end up being the guy, and you don't feel like he's going to be the guy, you can pick another one the next year. But at least you're investing a decent draft pick in a guy who has some intangibles. I mean, he's a winner, obviously, getting to the playoff 2 years in a row, winning the national title this year. So,
yeah, hey, I'm down. Let's go. I mean, we need to find our quarterback, and I think if you're going to be serious about that, grabbing one in the second, which also, if he doesn't look great next year and we see him all season long, we don't have to commit. We didn't trade anything up to go grab him. We didn't use a first round pick. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take the shot on him.
JJ McCarthy, you are the future
national champion
of the future for the Minnesota Vikings. Now, what I'm looking for here, I do think our next pick does need to be defensive interior. Because
For sure.
If
and I know you like Sweat a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of those guys are going to end up being good.
I mean,
players,
we could trade up.
We could. Let's just see how it shakes out, because there was still 3 names on there that I like. Both the Texas guys. I know that guy from Michigan is solid as well. So let's just see how the defensive tackles play out here for a little bit. There goes Chris Jenkins.
We'll have to go down to the.
There goes Byron Murphy. There's 2 of the 3.
So
I guess at what point would we be looking to trade up and try to grab one of those guys here?
With the Eagles.
With right now. Okay. Because where do they? I'm curious where.
So we picked up an extra 4th.
We did.
So if we move up from 77,
well, let's maybe because I mean, the Chiefs, their needs are listed, and they are taking needs into account here. Defensive line, defensive interior, defensive interior. There's a lot of teams that need defensive interior coming up.
This would be the good one to do.
So I say, let's
57, 77.
What's it going to cost us to get all the way up there?
108. Ooh, it's going to cost us that.
And we could try it, see what happens.
Let's go 77, 112, 148.
And 148? Let's see what.
163. What's 179 looking like?
60%?
All right, let's take 179.
Let's give it a shot. All right, we're up.
We're on the clock. Go get your boy.
There we go.
Go get your boy.
We're going with Tavondre Sweat out of Texas.
Let's go.
I mean, is it in this mock draft? Could we have got him a little later on? He is the 3rd best guy left here, but I don't know, man. I just think that with his size, I mean, and these grades, he was what I think he won the conference's his conference's best defensive player this year. I mean, look at all this. I mean, this is the type of guy the middle of this defense needs. And if you want to look at size, 6'4", 362, like, come on now. You can't argue with the size. That's what we're missing. We both know it.
Right. He's an early favorite of a lot of people going into this draft, as far as like people wanting him earlier than what even the average draft position, I would say. I mean, everybody in the Vikings world is really liking Sweat a lot. So,
and with his size,
let's roll with it.
Absolutely, man.
And we. And we need, that's what, I mean, for us, we need just size. Sometimes you might get cloud your judgment a little bit on how good a player is compared to like what you feel like you want from your player. And in this case, it could be, but we need some size.
This is a smart trade because the other 2 defensive interiors just went off the board. So trading up with the Eagles was good move there, I think. All right, so here's the results of our first mock draft of the season. So first off, we did make a trade down from 11, which I know a lot of Vikings fans don't want, but we only traded back 2 spots, picked up an extra 3rd and an extra 4th, and took Jared Verse, one of the top edge rushers in this class, with that number 13 pick. I mean, whether Daniil leaves or Daniil stays, we still need more help at that edge rusher position, especially with Davenport being gone, thankfully. And then obviously DJ Wanham, the uncertainty with the injury. So that's a huge need there. And I think Jared Verse is going to fill that nicely. Round 2, pick 42, had to take a shot at JJ McCarthy. Now neither of us are huge JJ McCarthy guys, but I mean, again, the pedigree of winning a championship. I mean, Jim Harbaugh loves him. He made some good plays in that national championship game, and he's got a lot of things that I think you can build on. Do I think he needs to sit a year? Yes, but I mean, in this position, second round pick, Kwesi, KOC, if they identify their guy being there, just take a swing and grab him.
Yeah. Plus, I think I heard yesterday during the national championship that there's people inside the building that think JJ McCarthy's the best Michigan quarterback of all time. Yeah, and that is saying something.
Right,
that is saying something.
Absolutely. And then obviously later on, as we saw coming up beneath where we were, where we wanted to trade up, there was 3 or 4 teams that needed defensive line / defensive interior help. And I mean, Byron Murphy was gone, and the kid from Michigan was gone as well. And I saw T'Vondre Sweat there. Sure, they had him ranked a little bit lower, like the 3rd guy on that list of guys that were available, but I like him. I mean, just the pure size, as we were talking about, 6'4", like 360 pounds. That's what this defense needs and has been missing for basically, I mean, I guess we had Delvin Tomlinson, but that's what this defense was missing this season. And that's why in the run game, we were getting eaten up so often. And T'Vondre Sweat having to make the move up to go grab him. Obviously, we could get rid of the 4th and 6th because we're not picking there with it being a 3-round mock draft. But getting a guy of this size to go in the interior of that defensive line, man, absolutely need it. And I love, if this is how the first 2 rounds could go for this Viking squad, I'd come away from this draft ecstatic. And we want to know your guys' thoughts. Let us know your thoughts on this mock in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time right here on the GG Sports Podcast.
Skol Vikes.